What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building. You see the star in the back. You see the star right here. We represent them Cowboys all day, all night. But you know we do them high schoolers as well. And, man, we've had a slew of great interviews this past season. And it's time to start it back because it's summertime. These kids are out. So it's time to start it back up. So now I'm starting with a big dog already, Mr. Aiden Rocky Jones. Now, I actually announced his playoff game, and that's why I had to hit the follow, because after he wrecked my squad, I said, okay, let me follow him because he's that good. And then he went on to tear up some other teams in the playoffs as well. But I'm excited to have him on, and we're going to talk a lot of good football. But first of all, introduce yourself, Mr. Jones, and tell a little bit about your background before we jump into this interview.
What's good, y'all? I'm Rocky Jones. I come from Louisville, Kentucky. Moved to Ohio because my mom's in the military. Came down to Washington Courthouse, started playing football, doing what I love, and that's how it got to happen.
Washington Courthouse. I know about Washington Courthouse, and that's crazy. So that's dope. So let me we had a slew of questions, but I just want to ask you a few things off the record. So you from Louisville, Kentucky, you said you came down here because your mom was in the military. My mom was also in the military. My mother was in the Army. What branch does your mother serve in?
My mom's in the Army too.
Ah, nice. There we go. My mom had some M16 bullets. She used to have them in the crib back in the day. She had these M16 bullets. She always tell me, act up, see them bullets. And I used to be like, all right, then it's cool. you got a mom military. You don't mess around with them. So you made it down to Ohio. Tell me how you like it down here in Ohio.
It's cool. Real cool. I don't even know, though. I feel like I like Kentucky more, It's bigger there.
Right.
Courthouse is a little small town.
Yeah, it's a small town for sure. Yeah, I would definitely say Kentucky is a little bit bigger. But hey, you know what? Ohio got blessed with you, so now we're going to see a lot of great things from you. So let's jump right into the questions on this. So first of all, you had a phenomenal sophomore season, and you capped that with elite performances in the playoff, which I saw one. If you could talk about your season in a nutshell, and then kind of talk about your performances in the playoffs to us.
Oh yeah, our team we definitely played better as a whole instead of like everybody playing for themselves. We're definitely playing like brothers. You know what I'm saying? So like last season, before that, my freshman year, we all playing for ourselves. Like it didn't go well. Like our record was horrible. Mm-hmm. Now playing for each other, our record's definitely better. Mm-hmm. And my performance, I feel like I came out and did what I had to do. I did my role. Wherever the coaches wanted me to be, that's where I was at, doing what I had to do for the team.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're a phenomenal player. Like I said, you're only a sophomore, and I saw a lot of great skills. So you got a great road ahead of you. So let's talk about that. So, like I said, I saw you in the playoff game. I called the playoff game. We played against South High School. You went crazy in that game. You played a little bit of everything. I saw you in running back. I saw you play a little bit of slot. I saw you on the defense playing on the back end. So my question is to you, you have 2 years left. Will you continue to be a two-way player? And also, do you have a specific position that you kind of like personally right now?
Oh, yeah, most definitely going to continue to play both ways. I like to go everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Wherever the coach needs me, that's where I'm at. And I feel like running back's definitely my favorite.
That's what I was trying to get out of you now.
Yeah, I was definitely blessed with some vision and footwork alongside with the work that I put in, but I definitely love running back.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. That's why I said, are you still going to be a two-way player? Because, I saw you get the big-time interception in that game. You were catching passes out of the slot. But when I saw you in that backfield at that running back position, I said, this is where he needs to be. Because even though you were a little smaller statue, it didn't matter. You had the wheels, the quickness, like you said, the vision. You were able to see the holes form. And then once you saw the hole, you were able to get skinny in that hole and hit that with elite quickness. And I think I saw one of your camps where you were timed on a laser. Your father timed you. It was like 4.47, 4.5. But as a sophomore you're a junior now. That's pretty good because there's a lot of guys in college right now that aren't even running that as running backs. So you already got a leg up on that. We're going to talk about that relationship here in a minute. But we've already talked about, your season, your positions. So what do you feel like you need to improve on heading into your junior season? Also seeing that you got a lot of camps lined up, and a lot of camps were giving you shine. They were already talking about you were one of the most athletic, one of the top players in the camp before the camps even started. So what do you want to improve on in your junior season, and what kind of impression do you want to leave on the coaches and even the players that you're going against in these camps?
Yes, sir. Regardless of my previous accomplishments, I always feel like there's room for improvement. So like the basic stuff, like getting faster, stronger, stuff like that. I also want to improve on my leadership. I feel like last year I was a leader on the field, but I feel like I need to be more of a leader off the field as well. Like, speaking up, telling the kids, like, what I'm saying, stay on track and all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
going into these camps, I just want coaches to know that, like, film don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm great on film. I know sometimes cameras, like, what I'm saying, it's like whatever. But
Right.
going into camps, I can show them, like, showcase my skills real life, so like they can see it.
Right, right. Now, hey, I like hearing that the film don't lie. So basically, you're letting the coaches know what you saw on film is real. What I'm bringing here.
Yes, sir.
So that's exciting. Like I said, I seen you at Cincinnati, I seen you at camps already. So how did you feel like, when you went to these camps? Did you feel like, did you have a chip on your shoulder, or how did you kind of feel when you went to these camps
Oh yeah,
already?
most definitely a chip on my shoulder. Cause you start with the measurements. You go in the
Right.
measurement room. Everybody,
Yep.
6 foot.
Yep. Yep.
Me, you know what I'm saying. So then when we step on the field, it's like, all right, I got something to prove. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I'm not gonna pass the eye test. Everyone's passing
Right.
the eye test. 6 foot. I got something to prove.
Right, right. So have you always kind of felt that way because of your stature? Have you always kind of felt like wherever you go, I got to take it to another level because these people are already going to be slipping on me because of my size?
Yes, sir. Always gotta leave a mark. Knowing that size don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly feel you. I'm not a big dude, but when I was younger, I used to play football all the time. I was always the smallest guy, so I felt like I had to go out there and let these dudes know because I knew when they looked at me, they were already gonna be like, no.
Right.
I had to already let them know that no, don't slip on me, dog. I'm the one that you want to pick first on your team, not the one you want to pick last. You feel me? And that's
Sure.
what it sounds like you have that as well. So one of the things I noticed is that in your training, I seen your father. Heavily involved with you, being there with you, training with you. Kind of talk about that dynamic because honestly, I see a lot of fathers, working with their kids, but the way I seen your father, it looks like he kind of knows the game. You know what I'm saying? It feels like he knows it to a T, and he's kind of pushing you to that level. Kind of talk about that dynamic with your father and the training that's been going on with that, and how long has it been going on?
Man, basically since I was born, that's my right hand man right there. He's taught me everything I needed to know for the game today. Uh, he played a little bit in Louisville, and I don't know. He's put in my head that anything I want to do, I can do it. Just like anything I put my mind to, I can do it. He told me size don't mean nothing because he was a little guy back in college too, and yeah, he just taught me everything I needed to know. Everything.
I mean, first of all, that's awesome that he does all that. But just like he said, he's implementing those methods and that knowledge to you. So this is going into your junior season. What's kind of some of your goals that I know you said you want to become a better leader off the field, but what's some of your other goals? Obviously, as a team, you want to get to states. You want to win a state championship.
Right.
That's a major goal. But what's some other goals besides that you may have for yourself and your team?
Well, last year I fell short of a thousand rushing yards by a little bit, like 160 yards. I fell short a little bit. I want to hit that
Mm-hmm.
1,000 mark for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I feel like I need to make a bigger impact on defense. My impact on offense is pretty great, but I want to make a bigger impact on defense as well for my team.
Okay. Now, what position were you really playing mostly on defense?
Corner,
Okay. Now, were you playing the outside corner or were you playing slot?
outside.
Outside. Okay. So now I know you said you like running back, but you said you want to step your game up on the defensive side. Tell me why do you like that cornerback position and what you feel like you can offer with it?
Man, I just love coming up and hitting people. Like running back, get a run to the outside and just get off the block, come up, hit somebody. Love that. Uh, the feeling of interception is always great. It's just like I don't even know. I can't even explain the feeling. Like you said, that South game,
Yeah.
couldn't even explain that feeling. It was just great. Love it.
Hey, let's talk about the playoffs though, because you went crazy in them playoffs. I mean, we saw what you did at South. I mean, you demolished my squad. I was mad at you, but I still said I'm gonna follow him. And then the next game, you went crazy in that next playoff game. I think you guys lost the game, but it was like 60 points in that game. Like it was a lot of points scored in that game. So kind of just talk about your playoff performance. What made you get to that level? Like this looked like, I didn't get to see you the whole season, but was that happening all year where they were putting you at the focal point? Because I mean, you literally took over that game.
Yeah, I mean, like the first two games, I was going crazy. I had at least a touchdown or two, and then I was in a slump for straight 3 games, and then I came out the slump and I just got back into it or whatever. So that Sheridan game, it was really like, I don't know, we were down and a spark just hit, like a spark just hit. And I took a kickoff return to the crib, and we just kept sparking, but I don't know, we couldn't figure it out. But yeah, every time a spark just hits, I feel like I gotta pop off or something to like get my team going, because like I feel like that's the type of player I am. I have to leave an impact for my team, to get going.
And you know what? Well, we were just talking about how you were just saying that you want to do a little bit more leadership off the field, but this is where the on-field leadership is. Because just talking to you, this is my first time talking to you. This talking to you seems like if a team scores, how you just said, the team scored, and then you took the return back for the touchdown. It seems like you'd be on the sidelines, like, "Come on, man, let's go." You know what I mean? Don't put your heads down. I feel like just by meeting you, you're that type of motivator. Are you more of a vocal motivator, or are you a leader by example?
It's a little bit of both. I feel like I have to get myself going first, which
Right?
is kind of a bad thing, but I got to get myself going first.
No,
And
it's
I
not a bad thing at all. It's a great thing. Keep going.
because like at South when we were down like 21
Yeah.
0 something like that. After I scored that first touchdown, that's when I was really on the sideline. Like it's not over. Like let's go. Like pick your heads up. Like it's no time for crying right now. Like that's when I become vocal and stuff. When I
Well,
get going.
I tell you what. When I was watching that game and South jumped on that big lead with y'all, I kept telling myself in the back of my head, "Don't slip on these dudes. Do not. Don't." I felt like they got little lax. They rested a little bit, and I'm like, "Don't do it," because they have some talent. Now, matter of fact, did you guys have a tight end that's going to Kentucky?
Yep.
Okay, what was his name again?
Tanner Lee Master.
Okay, and so he's going to Kentucky as a tight end, correct?
Yep.
All right, so that means that you already got that kind of plug already coming that way. If you already had a Kentucky looking at your team, so you guys already have a plug. Okay, so that's a great thing. So, is this your school for the next few years? This is where you're going to be.
I'm thinking so. This year for sure. Yeah.
Have you
See,
had thoughts of other schools? I'm not trying to, mess up anything out there in the streets, but I got to keep it real out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to you right now, and I see some things. Talk to me, big dog.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, where my defensive coordinator, he had just went to Westland High School out in Columbus, and thoughts come across my mind a couple of times. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Go there. I won't. I'm not hating on your school right now, but come to Columbus, please. You will be the who's who. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you come to Westland, you will dominate. Because
Sure.
I'm out here in Columbus. I know the Westland squad. I know these squads out here. If that were to happen, you will absolutely dominate in these Columbus public schools. That's just my opinion. You go where you want to go. You do what you want to do. But if you were to do that option, you would absolutely dominate out here in Columbus. I'm telling you, they would have a phenomenal talent, and your doors would be even more open out here. Obviously, you're in Washington Courthouse. It's a smaller neighborhood, it's a smaller community. So you're going to have schools looking at you, but when you come to the city, more schools are going to be more approachable to you. So I'm not trying to hate on your squad. Please don't hate on me, y'all. But I'm just saying, the kid's nice, and I would love to see him out here in Columbus too. So let's talk about academics. Obviously, academics are always important with kids. You got to have good grades now. You got to be able to play. Let's talk about the academics and where are your academics right now, and kind of what are you looking towards in school? Because obviously we want to see you in college. Have you thought about what you maybe want to do outside of football?
Oh yeah, it's for sure. My mom's in the military, like I said, so every week she's on the phone checking my grades. Like, I'm saying, she's on it.
That's my.
She's on it. So yeah, I got a 3.8 GPA, pretty good. I'm thinking about majoring in accounting because my aunt does it, and I was actually like, just watching her work from home and stuff, and like trying to learn with her and whatever. and it's kind of boring, but like I low key mess with it. I like it.
Okay, accounting is a good thing because that's math and money. So
Right.
you can never go wrong with something like that. So that's awesome right there. So let's talk about schools. I mean, obviously you still got 2 years left. Are you in-state guy, or are you a type of kid that I'll go anywhere? It doesn't matter.
Anywhere coach really wants me to play and see me shine at anywhere.
So what are you looking for in at a school?
Really, a family, you know, a coach who's trying to get me to the next level for sure. That's really it for.
Okay, all right. That's a good answer right there. Now I'm gonna ask you though. You're in Ohio. You was in Kentucky. Ohio is a weather challenge at times. Now the winters aren't as bad as they used to be, but does cold weather bother you? Do you like the heat? Does those? Because I know some athletes that they don't want to go to the cold. They don't want to play in the cold. They want to stay in hot weather states. I know athletes who play in the cold. It doesn't matter to them. Where kind of you at on that?
Well, off the field, I hate the cold. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the cold. But like on the field, I feel like I have so much adrenaline. Like I just don't even feel it for real.
Right,
Like I'm
right.
always just chilling.
Okay. So I feel like he wants to go to a sunshine state, y'all. He just told it.
Yeah,
So
off the
we
field,
we can we can see that level. So you said you like running back, but you said you like defense. If a school is recruiting you right now and they said you got a choice, either cornerback or running back, which route would you go?
probably running back route.
Okay, and tell me why. You need to have the ball in your hands. You feel like you make more plays.
Yeah, make more plays, and I definitely that's where I started off at. I know a lot more about running back than I do about corner. I'm definitely learning still more about corner still. I'm working on it, but yeah, I definitely know a lot more about running back.
Okay, okay. Well, like I said, you're explosive. I love to see you stay at running back. You're explosive, and with those 2 years on your belt, you got under 1,000 yards. You're going to kill it. So we don't have to worry about that. So as we're getting ready to close in this, and I really appreciate you taking out the time in your busy schedule. I've been seeing you killing at camps. We're really excited about that. Like I was going to. I tell everybody. Well, first of all, how'd you get Rocky? I want to know that. Is it from the movie Rocky, or where Rocky come from?
Well, my dad's name is Rocky, and his dad's name is Rocky. And ever since I came out the womb, my dad's been calling me Lil Rocky. And I don't know, I've always wanted my name to be Rocky. My mom's like, "No, you can't do that. That's your dad's name." It's like I really want my name to be Rocky, but so I just tell everyone, "Yeah, that's my name." So
Well, hey, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't Rocky for real, I'm going to still think about it in them terms. So that's a beautiful thing. So as we get to kind of head out here, do you have any shout outs? Well, obviously, we talked about your father and your mother. Shout outs to her staying on you with the grades, your father. That's great when you have family support like no other. You can just see how it makes the difference. But, do you want to give out any shout outs to anybody, family, friends, coaches, anything, but kind of before we head off of here today?
yeah, I shout out my whole family. They're all loving, supporting. I wouldn't be who I am today without them. They're always supporting me, no matter what, through everything. Shout out all my friends. My main man Ian, Zay, Trey, all of them. Mess with all of them, man. They get me through a lot, man. They keep me going.
That's good. Hey, and you got to have good friends around you to keep your motivation and keep your base. Because when you got a good kind of surrounding around you, keeps you level headed. And some of those friends that you sometimes you might think you all that, and you got them friends that kind of keep you grounded. So that's an awesome thing right there. I just, like I said, I really appreciate you. What we're going to do, and I tell all the athletes, I've interviewed them more than once. We definitely would love to interview during the season, at least one time. That's what I've done with a lot of athletes, so we can kind of check in on them. But what we're going to say is tomorrow we'll post this live, and we'll post on all three platforms, and you'll be able to share this how you want, and be able to show it to all your platforms and things of that nature. But I really appreciate you coming on here. Thank you for the knowledge that you gave us. I'm really excited to see you this season. Like I said, I got to see that little bit of glimpse of you, and I'm like, man, this kid's going to be really, really good. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do at Washington Courthouse. We're going to get a schedule. And if you have any kind of videos that you can post, I've seen you post a lot of your camps. If you can continue to post those, I post those on my Facebook and on my YouTube. So any kind of highlights that you have, shoot them to me. I shoot them on my network so more people can know about you. So do you have any last words before we get out of here?
I forgot one more shout out. Shout out
Go
to
ahead.
my man Garrett Rickman. That's really family right there too. He he's actually a basketball player, but anytime work's getting implemented, he's always there. So shout out to him too.
Shout outs to him, man. Hey, we thank you for being great friends to my guy right here, because this is
Yeah.
gonna be a name you need to know. I don't pump up people. If you ever check out my shows and what I do, I don't pump up people just because we're on the air. But when I seen you, I said this kid might be doing something. So continue to keep that level headed. You got a great family background. It sounds like you got great people around you, and you're a great kid. So I expect great things for you in these next 2 years. So for myself, Big Game James, and Mr. Aiden Rocky Jones, we'll be talking to you soon. Make sure you check out the tape. I'll be posting this stuff soon. And make sure you give a like and a follow to this video so we can get more exposure from Mr. Jones, because he's going to be a who's who in this community, in these next 2 years. So with anything else, Big Game James, we out. Peace.